So one interesting thing I think a lot of entrepreneurs have to ask themselves when you're starting, you want to get a co-founder or employee. It's one path is you go for the person who's well known in the industry, has all the perfect resume. You're probably going to pay a lot for that person, but they're the star, quote unquote star. And then you have somebody like Travis who he doesn't have any experience in the industry, but you work really well with him. You have similar values. When building your team, do you go for those star people?
It's very interesting. It's a balance. I wrote a blog about this, actually, the difference between specialists and generalists. All the specialists, with the exception of 2 that I've hired, I've either fired or they've quit. The generalists win in my company because at our core, we are an entrepreneurial company. I had a guy, Travis and I decided we didn't want to run the company anymore, and we wanted a CEO to run all of our properties. We brought in a guy, just to give you an idea, he sold his last company for $50 million. Right?
50 million.
50 million, 50 million. Yeah, he's a good friend of Travis's. We brought him in. He like 2 months and he was out. Just couldn't do it. We are not formal. We do not have the formalities of other companies, nor do we claim to be, nor do I want to have that, because that's why I can afford to have trampolines in my office. We had a CFO who was the head of EVP of global investments for Merrill Lynch for many, many years. We brought him in. He could only stand us for 6 months. Now that doesn't mean that we're firing people or not working with people who manage our money. We have amazing business managers. They've been with us for a year. They roll with us. They're entrepreneurial minded. So you can have established people that have that entrepreneurial spirit. The generalists win on my team. That's generally who we keep. We love to get people who are raw and not necessarily of the industry and train them. People come with me. If they take the ride in 3 months, I train them like they've never been trained. They get their equivalent to what would be an MBA in 3 to 6 months. It's boot camp. But we love it like that, and we get to train people who are raw talent into superstars. And I take a tremendous amount of pride. I think Travis does too. We've done that well. We just hired one of our super fans in the Northeast. He was like shaking me down on Facebook. I thought, what is this guy's deal? I asked him for a Skype conversation. I offered him a job. 6 weeks later, he did a 6-week internship free because I wanted to see what his raw talent was. Realized that he was a star, and we offered him a job 6 weeks later. So that's the way we roll. Very, very informal, and that makes people cringe, but I love it.